All right, welcome in to this week at Gridiron Icon, and this is a special week. I'm going to really wax effusive about these two guys, one who's got some big news coming as a co-host and a partner in crime, Mr. Preston Dennard, NFL legend, and our guest, who we are very excited to invite in. Our guest today comes to us from Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas, where he is in the Baker Hall of Fame. You will no doubt recognize him as I run through these very impressive stats. Two-time Arena Football League MVP, five-time Arena League champion, three-time Arena Bowl MVP, an Arena Football League Hall of Famer, and ranked the number 3 greatest player in AFL history. But what blows me away is that this guest has over 9,000 plus yards receiving, 197 touchdowns. Is that for real? And the stat that blows my mind, 13 kickoffs returned for touchdowns. Did we mention he's also a general manager, entrepreneur, athletic director, and the vice president of alumni for the Arena Football League? Welcome in George LaFrance. George, thanks for joining Preston and I on Gridiron Icon.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks.
I do my best to try to embarrass people right out of the chutes with a biography like that. Your accomplishments on the football field, absolutely amazing. And we want to get into the great stuff you're doing for today's athletes and some of your projects you're doing today. But for Preston and I realize, in full disclosure to the audience, that Preston and you have been friends for many years, as you mentioned, from the 90s. For myself, I'm just now getting the opportunity to meet with you. If you would take us back to the beginning as a kid, because we have a lot of kids that listen, and we're really trying to inspire young people, whether they're athletes or just someone who's looking to accomplish great things in life. How'd you fall in love with football?
Well, I was born in New Orleans and raised in New Iberia, and growing up in the South, it was. I'm not gonna use the word. It was the age that my mom missed, and I was fortunate to catch the tail end with the segregation part in Louisiana, southern Louisiana. And so I grew up in a black and majority white neighborhood. And so growing up, walking down the street, people call you names. You 5, 6 years old, have no clue. But I mean, that's way back in the day. However, my children, they missed all that, what I had to go through growing up in southern Louisiana. However, my classmates that I do have from high school, growing up, black and white, Hispanic, Native Americans, we all became one. And so that, as we grew up together, we graduated. We had 511 in our graduation class in high school.
Wow.
And so we still pretty close knit right now. And so again, as far as football, sports, it was just something that I enjoyed doing. With Pee Wee League, I was a running back. I was 5. Let's see how I say this. My uniform, my jersey, would pass up my knees when I put my jersey on. That's how small I was. And that lasted all the way to 9th grade. I was 12. I was going on 13 in the 9th grade. And I didn't weigh 100 pounds.
Wow.
And so I was running back and said, you know what? You need to move the receiver because you're too small. And so I'm like, fine. So they moved me out in my freshman year, play receiver. And I got a chance to learn how to catch the ball, not until my sophomore year when I went to the high school. Because my freshman year, we had New Iberia Middle School, and then we had Anderson Middle School. 2 middle schools come to one freshman high. And so you got 400-500 students coming to one school.
Wow.
And competing. And it cranked it up a couple of notches. And so you get the best of the best. You get 2 first string teams from 2 middle schools coming to 1 grade. That's some serious potential. And so you can imagine then from freshman high going to high school. High school for us was 10th, 11th, and 12th. And so my sophomore year, the quarterbacks, those seniors, they'll throw the balls. I used to get little dots in my chest through the pads.
Through the pads.
The ball with my hands, right? And so then they taught you how to catch the ball. Catch with your hands, catch with your hands, catch with your hands, not with your body. If you do, you're going to have those little red dots all over your chest. Mm-hmm. And so as that time went, I played baseball as well. And so we won state my junior, senior year in high school. But football, we didn't even make it to the playoffs. It was awful. But baseball, we made things happen. And some people are like, huh, so you played baseball? Yeah. So then I played baseball in college as well. And so I had opportunities to go play pro in baseball, but my heart was still in football. It was there. I had the opportunities. But
it's so funny. It's so funny, George, that you talk about baseball, and Stacy and I have talked about this, and we're finding out the dynamics of cross sports that football players have played. There's so many of us who've played baseball. And so I had a great love for that too. But we have so much fun realizing that, man, there's so many other sports out there. Did you play anything else outside of baseball?
No, just football and baseball. Just football and baseball.
Wow. Very
yeah.
nice.
Basketball, they were loaded. Now, track, I say, nah, forget it. I'll play my baseball. But I was an infielder. And so I had my A2000. I tell the story. My mom bought me this A2000 back in 81, 82.
Wow.
And it was $109 back then. That was something. That same glove is something. And I still have my glove. It's in great shape. I take good care of my gloves. And I used it in high school and in college. I used my glove. And so but the love for the football part, it was just something that I enjoyed. The competition, the competing, reading, studying film.
Wow.
I had a clinic a couple weeks ago, and I was talking. It was more like a workshop, and we talked about preparation for a game, scouting reports, how important that was before we watch any film on any athletes. We studied. We'll go through the roster, and we'll ask players who knows who, and if they didn't know, we made a phone call to find out about that athlete in college. And so, because we didn't have no film on them yet, and so when you're recruiting when you're getting prepared for a game, you go through all those aspects. And so I was talking to those students about how they prepare for a game, and they're like, huh? So you didn't even watch no film, but you're doing all this research on these athletes, so you know what they like, what they don't like, and so we can be prepared for the game. Then we start watching film. We watch film. We watch film. We watch film. We watch tendencies. That's all we did was watch film and tendencies. That's how we won.
Wow.
So we knew our opponents better than they knew themselves. Yeah. But it's preparation. We watch more of their offense than we watch their defense because our offense dictated their defense dictated our offense. So we had all option routes. We had choice routes based on the defense. So we was always right because it depends on the defense. We ran our routes. But on the flip side, on the offense, we had to be prepared to stop them. Third downs, what they love doing, what's their bread and butter. Fourth down, what they bread and butter. Goal line, what's their bread and butter. Each team have their bread and butter. And so that's what we studied. And Preston probably been through that as well, understanding the concepts. But hopefully they gave you options to run different routes, to convert, because that was the key. Yeah, and if you can convert your route based on that defense, you can always have at least one receiver getting open every play. No matter what defense they got, we got to play So let's say, for example, we got everybody running a bingo. A bingo is an out route. You got an out route, a go, and the backside in. Well, it depends what that front side corner doing when you're running that out route. If he's sitting, you hook it, so you don't run all the way and get a headache. It's that simple.
That's true. That's exactly right.
I feel like I'm in the wide receiver room with two legends. As a guy who I only ran a 4.7, so I was really limited after high school. So listening to this, you were running hot routes and studying film as far back as high school.
Yes. We always preparation. That's when it started. It's not. So the young athletes hearing our voice, you don't just get on the field and play. You got to prepare for it. And so the preparation of the game, being a student of the game, studying, and working with your teammates, trusting your teammates. Everybody do your job, and you go for it. You just play ball. And so there's no second guessing. You're gonna run your route. You see it, you read it. Quarterback, you read it. Here we go.
God, and so, and I know Preston, jump in here, but for you, is that really a habit that carried you all the way up into playing in the pros in the Arena League? You just developed that as a young kid, and that was just something that followed you throughout your career. Preparation.
And so it's same with Preston in college. They watch film. Watch film. And it's the same way. But now these days with the young, I don't want to use the internet and things, people get a chance to get all these gurus for
it's true.
Fitness. I'm just, they got specialists for each. You got a dietitian, you got a weight coach, you have a strength, you got every different that these young students are going through. Back in the day when we was going, we had the tire, the tractor tire we pulling.
Mm-hmm.
But we was old school. And we ran the heels. I mean, we made it happen. But you learn through the years as far as being young, watching. In fact, Lynn Swan, watching Lynn in Pittsburgh I was like, wow. And when he was floating in the air, watching some of those catches he made, I wanted to do the same.
Yeah.
And so you got to find someone that you're going to be able to watch and you want to be as good or even better. That's the key. Not just want to be good, you want to be better. But you got to work for it, work to get there. And, trusting your teammates again. And then I also told the young athletes that I was working with, sports, it's 70% mental. Physical is about 20% because everybody got the same ability. Physical is this who mentally going to be stronger, and then 5% luck and prayers. You got to have some prayers and some luck. That's that other 5% to get 100. But 70% mentally is preparation, so you can be ready for your opponents.
Well, George, it seems like you were technical as you were growing up all along, and I just love hearing what you're describing because I'm over here frothing because I'm identifying with every part of that. But let's take us through that journey. I mean, you've had the opportunity. All of us had the opportunity to have either played with or partnered with some well-known name-like folks, and some of us go bragging, but you play with some folks that are really relevant in today's professional.
Yeah. Right now, today, the first one right off. Well, there's two right off the bat. There's more than that. Just going through, but Mike McCarthy will be the first. When he was in Green Bay. Now you was in Green Bay first, Preston. Then I went to Green Bay, and I was in '88. I signed in '88 with Green Bay.
Okay.
And then when I was there for training camp, so we played against the Giants, and then we played against the Colts. So I got a chance to meet Eric Dickerson. I got a chance to hang out with him for a little. Yeah. Then they released me. I went back to grad school at Fort Hays. Mike was still there, Mike McCarthy. So we coached 2 years together at at Fort Hays, but we also played college ball together at Baker. Well, Mike, now the head coach of the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, he's the head coach there. And then Will McClay, Jerry Jones' right-hand man with player personnel.
Okay.
Will, it was my teammate in Detroit with the Drive. And so I got two. And then, oh, shoot, what's this? I just called his name. There's a scout. It's going to come to me. Well, there's a scout that reports to Will for the Cowboys. That's from my hometown area.
Okay.
Wow.
That's just how small this world is. But then Jay Gruden was my quarterback in Tampa.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, he threw me plenty touchdowns.
I like that. Plenty touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, the story to this one is when I was in Detroit, Tampa beat me twice for championships. I had 2 more rings.
Man.
They beat me 91-93, Tampa, when I was in Detroit. 94, I actually be traded because they sent our team to Worcester, Massachusetts. I said, I don't want to go to Worcester. And so they ended up trading me to Tampa. So that's how I got to Tampa. But about the other athletes that I got a chance to work with, Michael Lewis, the beer man from New Orleans.
Yeah, played for the Vikings, caught one from Favre in that big game.
Well, little Michael Lewis was I worked with him with the New Jersey Red Dogs in 2000. Wow. I got a chance to help work with him with the game, the arena ball. And he ended up getting a great opportunity and played well. Made Pro Bowl and everything.
Yeah.
But when you're an athlete, my thing, I knew people wanted my job, but whoever was going to be playing was going to know the game just as well as me.
Right. So
we're going to have opportunity to win. That's the bottom line. You want to win. And so I wasn't selfish. I did not hold secrets out from I told them everything. I even told the opponents that I played against some of the secrets of the game.
Trash talker. We have a trash talker.
What I mean is, like with the Nets, before the game, I would show some of my buddies how to catch the ball off the net, so they don't fumble the ball. So I was actually showing them how I do it.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why you're an icon in this whole thing.
It was more me helping. I preferred to keep the game good.
Yeah.
And then another one of my buddies, Calvin Schneider, he played for the Rattlers then, and him and Cedric Bonner, we used to work out together during the summer times in Phoenix. And so I was showing them routes that we ran in the goal line, replays. They're like, how you getting open? I said, this is what we did. And like, why are you giving us this? I'm like, fellas, if you can play this, we got a great game. Everybody gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's competitive and everybody doing something, doing great things. No, man, like, why are you just helping your opponent? I said, fellas, if y'all play ball, if y'all see something we doing to help me get better, let me know, because I'm sure they can help you. But that's
incredible.
So it was just little things. It's not nothing. I don't want nothing back from them. It's anything. It's just more if you can help somebody, help them. And just keep going. That's what life's about.
That's phenomenal.
But about the passion of the game with football is more, it's enjoyable, there's a camaraderie. I mean, I spent more time with my head coach, Tim Markham, than I did with my own father. Yeah, believe it or not. And so I was with Markham from 1988 to 93. And then from 95 to 99, I was with Markham. So 10 years I was with Coach Markham. He passed on a while ago, but I spent more time with him than my own father. That's
wow.
Yeah, I mean, so you do get a relationship with your coaches, and he showed me and worked with me to be the best that I can be. And so, yes, he was nitpicky with me. And so I told my buddy, my teammate Dwayne, I said, Double D, why he's always on me? I was like, he's like, he wants you better. He sees something in you.
Yeah.
And so that's how I ended up becoming better. So young athletes, if the coaches are on you, working with you, they want you better. They're not picking on you. They want you to be a better athlete on the field. And so if they see something, and then you improve and you keep improving, and then that's how it goes. And so I didn't start until my first year in 88. I didn't start the first game. Second game I started in Madison Square Garden. Well, I got a chance to play basketball.
Wow, what an experience.
Yeah, that was a great experience. Oh, yeah, playing Madison Square Garden. I got a chance to play that twice. The old Coliseum in LA, got a chance to play in. Joe Louis Arena, they just tore that down.
Yeah.
Rosemont, Horizon, they was by the airport. I played in a lot of those old arenas. The Knickerbocker Arena over there in Albany, they changed the names. But so it's your teammates, and I always give credit to my teammates for helping me win the awards that I won, because without them, I wouldn't get a chance to win them.
And boy, did you win a lot of them, my friend.
I
I mean, there's in 1998, you caught 65 passes, 35 were for touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's unheard of on any professional sports level. Over 50% of everything you touched was a score.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, every other time. And you got to hear this one. So in 98, Markham, now we just went to the championship. No, we lost it. We lost the semifinals to Arizona in 97. On 98, I didn't start. Coach was saving me. He put the younger guys in. Fine. And so I was a student. I was coaching athletes anyway, player coach. So I was helping them. And so whenever he needed me, then he'll put me in, and I'll make things happen. But you learn the game. When you're on the field a lot, you don't see the whole field. But when he had me on the bench and I get to watch, I actually paid attention. I'm like, oh, okay, I see this now. I didn't see some things. When you run routes, you don't see them when you're actually on the field. When you're off the field, you can see so much more if you're paying attention. And so I was like, oh my goodness. And so I saw some of these things, and then I got a chance to get in. So I was working on my skill, running my routes based on me watching that whole field, and it just opened it up completely. Wow. And so, yeah, so people are like, how you, like one game I scored nine passes, I scored 7 touchdowns. Caught 9
It's
passes.
Unbelievable.
And I missed out.
Yeah, it was like holy Toledo. Yeah, the fans had like a meter, how many catches to touchdowns in the fans, and they had fun with me. And if you throw the ball, I didn't drop too many passes, so I was fortunate. Anything you throw up, I was pretty dependable. Mm-hmm. And so quarterbacks, they gave me opportunities to catch the ball, and I just made the best of it.
It's incredible. How did you, looking back at your arena league, because you were in Detroit and then you blew out your knee.
Yeah.
How did you rebound from that to be a record breaker? I mean, that's inspiring for people who've had that happen.
Of all places, in London, England.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I had to fly all the way back home to have my surgery done with the ACL. And so right there, you learn and you believe in yourself. You're like, okay, you got a little setback. And then the doctor that released me was Dr. Chick. He was a Cardinals doctor. I made sure I found the best doctor.
Wow.
Yeah.
When it was time to go, so I can get back to playing at that high level. And so I didn't just see any ordinary doctor. So any issues you do have, y'all, please make sure you find the best doctor that you can find. An orthopedic sports doctor. Not just an orthopedic doctor. An orthopedic sports doctor. And hopefully a professional college orthopedic surgeon is the ones I would recommend, because they know what the athletes need to get back on that playing field. Not just to sit at a desk like I'm doing now. That's a different ball game. But just understanding Stump Mitchell, matter of fact, when he blew out his knee, we was in with Dr. Schick the same time because he was with the Cardinals then. And then I got a chance to meet Stump when he was with the Rattlers for a little bit. So it was just a coincidence. But, little things like that. But you got to believe in yourself, knowing what you can do and giving it your all and praying. And you, whatever you believe in, believe in that Holy Spirit and keep going. Life it's tough. It's hard. It's not easy. But you always do the best that you can do and learn, from your mistakes in life. Learn and keep going forward. Don't go backwards. Go forward. And that's one of the biggest things. Like even with my children. I'm married. I married my wife, Darlene. I met her in college back in 83. We got married in 89. We got engaged in 88 when I signed with the Packers. That's one.
Wow.
Max and Dehaas was my roommate. And in Green Bay, we was roommates. And he introduced me to his jeweler, Arthur Anderson in Milwaukee. And so it was on a Sunday. And if you in Green Bay or you in Wisconsin on Sundays, everything closed.
Yeah.
Well, we was in Green Bay. We drove down to Milwaukee on a Sunday, and Mr. Anderson was generous enough to open the door and let me go in and let me pick out a stone and then the band, and that's how I got my wife her ring. And so I'll say it. The price I paid was $1,500 for one marquise.
Wow.
Back then.
Different time, right?
They gave us he gave me a discount. It was worth $3,500.
Wow.
But he gave it to me for $15. And so I'm like, you know what? Thank you. We were blessed. I was blessed to have that opportunity. So I always thank Mr. Anderson for that opportunity.
Well, George, you talked about, I know mama's tough on you, but with that in mind, you had to face some tough guys on that field. I mean, I know you were very successful, but who might have been the toughest guy to go up against every time you lined up?
Well, Derek Rockmore, he played with the Chiefs for a while.
Okay.
He's a defensive back safety. And he was one of those DBs that just sit, and he was deep. He didn't come up close. He was a free safety that played real deep. But it was more, you're gonna catch anything underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of hooks, a lot of ins, outs, routes, but he wouldn't give me the deep route. Patrick McGurk, he was with San Jose Sabercat. Patrick was pretty good defensive back, quick, and himself, he would play me he'll give me the field side, but he'll have his butt towards the sidelines. So he's giving me the whole field so he can just run with me. So he didn't give me a two-way. So a lot of my routes were just flattened because I knew I couldn't get in deep because of his angle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll run it. But as a team, Chicago Bruisers, Orlando Predators, the Rattlers, Arizona Rattlers, the Sabercats over there in San Jose. That was, and in Tampa when I was in Detroit was the tough games. All other teams, they played hard too. But we knew we was up for a battle.
Mm-hmm.
Was up for a fight against those teams. And so how you prepare yourself mentally for those games, you just have to study and believe. And no matter what that score is, fellas, at halftime, because sometimes we were down by 2-3 touchdowns at half.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, holy, to me, I'm like, fellas, the coach, there's nothing the coach could do. They're not playing, it's on us. So we need to make a play. And we always tell the defense, give us one stop. Defense, give us one stop. It don't have to be a turnover, just give us one stop. Give us the ball back one time. And then here we go. And then they'll make that one stop for us. And then we'll score. And then we'll talk to the defense again. Fellas, give us one more stop. And so we always say one stop at a time. We're not saying for the whole game. Certain times we just need that one stop. And so as a defense too, when they was covering me, Damon Mason, he was with Orlando, a DB that played hard. The glove, McKenzie, yeah, he was pretty good. That's Orlando group. But you learn to run my routes, to take them out the equation so then my other teammates make a move, get open. So it wasn't always me getting open. It's you want to run your routes for your receivers.
Wow.
That's how you become successful. Yeah. So it's not me all the time scoring. You see the defense, how they lined up and the play that's called. And so as a receiver, they got this defense. Take these two. One of me would take these two defensive backs out the equation. So we got two other receivers open.
Yep.
Wow.
And so
situational football. Wow.
Yes. And then we ran the ball. So we blocked too. And so we wanted to win at all costs. We ran the screens. Everybody go in motion. And so it wasn't always one person in motion. We alternate who could run in motion. And so you couldn't key on it. So it was
I always love that about Arena League, that when the receiver's in motion and how they time it up with the snap, which I think is, to me at least visually, is significantly different than the NFL. It's like, my God, this guy's doing a giant banana route and hits the line of scrimmage when the QB snaps it. Yeah.
And so that defensive back had to be at least 12 yards off that line of scrimmage. Within 10 yards and I hit that line of scrimmage, I'm gone. You ain't gonna be I'm gonna pass him up.
Yeah.
If he's within 10 yards when I hit that line of scrimmage, that's how quick we can move.
Wow. So you got, like, Preston, faced a lot of bump and run. Am I right about that, Mr. 88? And you guys, a little different. They were giving you guys more cushion because they got to deal with speed out of the chute.
Right.
That's a different dynamic.
Well, Corey Raymond, the defensive back coach, he's with Florida now with the Gators. He used to be with LSU for many years. He went to LSU. Well, Corey Raymond, and then a guy named Bunny. Oh, Bunny. That was his nickname. Well, he played in Canada. Corey played in the NFL. He was with the Giants, and so we was practicing in Lafayette at USL. Back then it was USL. Now it's University of Louisiana. So we'll go on the field and practice during the summertime. So Corey be 10 to 12 yards off. And then Bunny, he'll be catching me because he played Canadian inside receiver, inside DB. So I had two different routes I was running against, two different. And so that helped me get better. And then I helped them get better. And then we just had anybody throw the ball we can find. I just need to run the routes. That was all. My concern was being competitive against a great defensive back that know his skill, know his craft. Either catch in the Canadian or, like say, Corey in the NFL. Corey now one of the highest paid DB coaches in college football.
Wow.
Corey Raymond. Yeah, when y'all look at Corey Raymond, he's the guru that all those number one picks from LSU. That was the coach.
You're kidding.
From my hometown, from New Iberia.
Wow, Patrick Peterson, Derek Stingley, Marcus or Claiborne. LSU's a DB factory.
Well, right. Corey worked with them. And Derek Stingley, his son, we played ball with him in Albany. Him and Eddie Brown. That's Eddie Brown.
Eddie Brown. Downtown Eddie Brown.
His daddy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm seeing them when they were growing up. They were little bitty guys growing up. Just watching those young athletes perform and do well on the field. That's blessings. That's what you want. A Chicolo, he played D line at Miami. Chicolo played with Pittsburgh. He was teammates with Eddie Brown's son. Chicolo. And then I just talked to one of my other teammates. His son playing for the New England Patriots.
Oh, wow.
Be lying. My teammates' sons, yeah, them boys
That's fun.
growing up just making things happen. And so that's beautiful. And so my children, we got all girls. Isaki, the oldest, and we got Najoni and LaBelle. And so they keep me busy. But that's life, and they're doing well, and that's the most important thing. You want your children to do well in life. You want them to do better than you. So whatever. So I came from a broken home. My mom and dad separated when I was young, and so my job, I said, look, Darlene, we're gonna make it. So my wife, she got her degree in criminal justice.
Wow.
So she's into the law. I met her when I didn't have nothing. We were college students, myself, and then until I was independent, when I could take care of myself, have my degrees, I know I can get a job. And then she can get a job, take care of herself, and say, we want to make it together. So like, okay, yeah, we can make this happen. So we had two independent people. And so then that's what you teach your children, get with independent people, so they can have a better chance in life. That's all. But we always going to help your children, but you want them significant others to be with them growing.
God, great advice. And of course, Preston, you've got sons. So we got two guys here with great perspectives on. I come from a broken home too, a single mom. And I will tell you, football coaches, you mentioned yours, play such a big role in how you grow as a man. I want to ask you something, George. What do you wish fans understood about the Arena Football League that you don't think many of us understand? Well, like that net thing, you were teaching them how to. I mean, there's so many different things.
There's a lot of arena football players can play in the NFL, but there's not a lot of NFL players can play arena football. It's a different world. Preston can play arena ball. He's quick, and he can read real fast. And
he laid out for everything, man. I tried to copy him as a kid. He laid out for everything.
I don't know. Those walls are too close.
You see, that's what I learned. I start sliding when I hit the numbers.
Yeah.
Back, throw the ball low. I'll catch it. You throw it high, and I'm starting to slide. That's incompletion. Because I'm not running to the wall. I told you throw the ball out routes. Please throw the ball below the wall, eye level to the wall. Throw it, and I'll catch it. I'm diving. I'm sliding. When I hit the numbers, I'm sliding because I'm not going to hit the wall running full speed. And I know the DB is not that far from me. Mm-hmm. So if you catch it and you stand up, he's going to hit you against the wall. You slide, and they're gonna touch you because you're already down. Yeah. But back about the difference from arena football, it's fast, quick, it's exciting. You can't blink in arena ball because you can score anytime. And so the way it's set up, it's just a go get it. And once, like I mentioned about the nets, so I wrote a book about how you catch the ball off the net because it depends where the net was going to come down to the ground. And so you got 9 points. So we got a wall behind me. You got 9 points on the wall on each net. From the top, you got 1, 2, 3, then the middle, 4, 5, 6, and then at the bottom, 7, 8, 9 on them corners. And so the ball hit the corner at 1, it's going to go diagonally to my right.
So this is like physics talk with George LaFrance here.
Yes. So if the ball hits at the top of the net in the middle, then it's going to come straight down. At the back end zone, it'll come straight down. Diagonally, if it hit the 3-point closer to where the field goal is, hit that point, that 3, it's going to shoot back towards my left net. So it's going to come this way. And so I learned that by watching the ball off the net.
Right.
And you got tight nets, you got loose nets. Each net is a little different. So you test them before each game. And then that's what I taught. That's what I showed my opponents too. Chevy had their own field. They didn't even know they nets. I'm like, you need to know.
Therefore, why you're so highly ranked as one of the all-time AFL greats. Okay, Preston, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say my oldest boy, Ryan, who George knows well.
Yes, sir. Ryan
he played arena ball, 7 years or whatever it was. I never, ever knew that. He never told me that about the net and the projection of how the balls are going to go. And that's very important because you can always outsmart your opponent and get to the ball.
You get to the ball because you know where it's coming. That's what I told the kickoff team. When the ball hit the net, this is where it's going to come.
Wow.
My team knew where it's coming.
Wow.
So especially the kicker, you let them know this is where I need you to hit the ball so we can get a better shot at getting the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Those are two big nuggets right there.
Right.
Very nice. I think the speed of Arena League, I mean, you hear Kurt Warner talk about it all the time, that his time with the Iowa Barnstormers was critical to who he became in the NFL.
How Kurt threw the ball in the NFL is how he threw in the arena. No step. No drop back. He one step, the ball was out.
Boom.
Same way he did in the rec. He one step throw. When the receiver's in motion, he already threw it to him before they even hit the line.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, he did the same thing. Ain't nothing different. Nothing different. It's opportunities.
So you two guys as wide receivers, I'm going to ask this of both of you. How is that tougher on you guys as wide receivers when you've got a quarterback doing a 1, 2, 3 step drop, or your heads on a swivel?
No, because it depends on the route.
Yeah.
So we got a route for a 3-yard route. Then the quarterback do a 1 step. If it's a 5-step drop, 5-yard route, 3-step drop. Full 5-step drop, 10-yard route. So we got routes based on the protection with the drop back. So that's not no problem. It's just if a quarterback see he like Kurt, he see an audible. And so he'll audible, it'd be no 1 step, the ball is out.
Yeah.
What plays he can call an audible at the line and release the ball.
And what that reminds me of, Stacey and George, is the site adjustment rules.
Yes.
So just like he described, we were required with maybe 2 different options on whatever the defense does. And like George said earlier, they can never be right if you're in tune with your quarterback. And sometimes it's just a 1 step or whatever and get that ball out of there because you got to, they're coming. They're coming down the throat.
Wow.
That's one thing I learned at Green Bay, what you just mentioned. We call 5-man protection.
Mm-hmm.
And you on the left side. And we got 5-man protection. They got 5 men, they got 5 defensive linemen. So 5 on 5. So we good. If one walk up, it takes 1. This that 1 possible. So be ready for the hot alert.
Mm-hmm.
If we got 6-man protection and they got 6 at the line and they got 2 walking up, it takes 1 or it takes 2. So we communicating with our other receiver for the hot route because we got hot routes based on the blitz. That's a blitz. Same thing with that's what he's talking about. You had to be ready. So that's
gentlemen, I got to tell you that the common fan watching the game comes out of a commercial and they're eating Doritos and they don't realize you guys break that huddle. You're coming to the line of scrimmage. What you two are describing is so intellectually above the common fan. Like we're watching everything.
Yeah.
We think you guys are just running up there and you're just going to run some pre-designed thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is human chess.
Right. It's
Yes,
just
it is.
Wow.
So it's
So cool.
But I didn't learn that until I got to Green Bay because in my college, I didn't have a receivers coach to teach that the depth of the scheme. We wasn't there in my college. I ain't go to D1 school where they can have you got those offense coordinators with schemes for the blitz packages. And we didn't have all that at mine. I didn't learn that to Green Bay. The reads with that.
Interesting.
Even the angle, I learned at Green Bay. The 5-yard, the stem.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it, but didn't know why. So they taught you concepts why you're doing what you're doing when you're running a route. So that first stem is 5 yards, and you straighten them up 5 yards, and then you make your move. But the stem was to get the defensive back to have a bigger cushion off that diagonal. And so it's little things like that. You making cushion from the DB just angling up the field.
Wow. Just all the exciting things in your careers has been awesome.
Yeah.
And, what we'd like to know, Stacey and I mean, we were talking off air, just how exciting your life is today. Tell us about how you transitioned from football to what you're doing today, because you're doing some dynamic things. You're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
Preston, Stacy, is never a dull moment in my life. I commute 2 hours to work one way. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so I use my 2 hours to think and plan, and then I reflect going home. So I use my
Okay.
time wisely. And so that transition, getting your degrees in college while you're in college playing ball, that help you prepare for life after sports.
Yeah.
Have something to fall back on. Get that paper. And so we're gonna be able to play ball for so long. And so many people gonna make so many millions. But even when you make so many millions and you spend and you're not making money if you didn't invest right, then you're gonna have to work to keep maintaining that life. Which is, I mean, it's not easy, but you have your partner to work with and make your life a little easier. But the transition, it wasn't bad because I was already teaching in Chin Lee. I was teaching while I was playing ball,
Okay.
arena ball.
Oh, wow.
So I was getting prepared for life after sports.
Wow.
So not playing arena ball, I just continued teaching. But you get a chance to learn that football it's a great way to stay in shape, get a chance to travel around the world. You have great teammates. Your teammates are now family, and so that's what it helped me. So I was ahead of the game, getting ready for these moves that was happening. As far as thinking about life, what you want to do, while you're teaching, what you do with your downtime. I think. I keep my mind going, and so I enjoy that little downtime, and it's only when I'm traveling. That's the only time. After that, when I'm home, I'm back with my livestock. I got a garden, and so I just, in effect.
Yeah, I don't. We've got to ask him the tough question, which is: you have a farm, and unbelievable. Oh, look at! Oh, we have visual
I got
aids.
produce. Yeah, I got produce.
Oh, those look
I got
great.
squash and zucchinis. I got corn coming, so I give them out.
Oh my goodness!
No, this is now. This is not what I'm gonna do later. This right now. So, I enjoy the farming. I love the competition, competing with my hands. I'm dealing with nature, but you wanna. You take care of the land and take care of you. So we got produce that can help us. No preservatives in it. It's just great food.
Wow.
That we get to produce. The animals, the livestock we have, the sheep, so we use it for meat. The cattle for beef, the pork, the pigs for pork. So we have our own farm. So we're self-sufficient.
Wow.
And so my wife was like, at first, George, I don't want to do it, because she was brought up doing all that. And so we had our little ones say, darling, let's teach our children this so they have something to fall back on, or they get to learn responsibilities. So they got a chance to learn how to deal with the garden, deal with the livestock growing up. So it was something that they get a chance to take care of. So when it's our time to go, and then they can keep the tradition going. And that's the key. Teach them so they can keep it going.
Wow, that's amazing. Full disclosure, too. Preston mentioned that your lovely wife, your better half, is Native American.
Yeah.
So she has sort of your kindred spirit to Mother Earth and the planet. And you guys have a farm. You mentioned your 2-hour drive. What are you doing? I've heard rumors from that other guy up there to my left or right on the screen there, that aside from the 2-hour drive, you're also very engaged with young people as an athletic director, and that includes all the non-glorious jobs that come with that.
Well, it's something that I enjoy, working with the student athletes at our university, at Navajo Technical University, to help them get an opportunity to understand what it's going to take for them to go to the next level, to go pro from college. What it's going to take. It's going to take for them to keep working hard, keep their craft, and get even better. But it starts with them. We, as administrators, as coaches, when we talk to them, you're the one on the field. You're the one in the classroom. You got to study. But you got questions, you ask and we'll help you. And that's one of the biggest things. You just give them those opportunities and be genuine with them. And let them know, yes, we're here to help you help yourself. That's what this is all about. And when you're done, you owe us nothing. When you do make your millions, you want to donate back to the school, fine. But our job is to help you. Give you the chance that I had when I was a college student, when I'm going in with my AD and talking to them. It's the same thing.
That's phenomenal. And I've heard rumors that you do it all. You're even driving the bus to and from events.
Yes, I do. I'm assistant coach. I'm assistant to my head coaches. I got my head coaches and I assist them. I'm
Awesome.
I'm the supervisor, but sometimes they need help, and so you got to help them.
There you go.
That's amazing. In my partner in crime there, my comrade, Mr. Dennard, it's two things that both of you gentlemen do, giving back to the community and young people, that I think is what makes this podcast special. We want to continue to promote that spirit. In the interest of time, as promised, we are up against that clock in your world. I know how busy you are, but we have a little segment that gives the fans a chance to know George LaFrance, maybe those 2 hours of thinking you're doing while you're driving that car. We don't have an official name for it, but it is hosted by NFL legend Preston Dennard. We call it the 2-minute drill. Preston, do you want to hit him with that?
All right, you ready, Mr. Okay, the 2-minute drill. I'm gonna throw it out there. Either or, you give me that answer. Ready?
Yep.
Grass or turf?
The AstroTurf back in the day, it was hard. Now it's a lot easier now. Back in the day, when we first started at the AstroTurf, it was like carpet. Now the AstroTurf is a lot softer on your body.
Okay, which one? Grass or turf? What do you prefer?
Turf.
Okay.
Wow, speed guy, arena football, speed.
All right, here's the next one. Cats or dogs? Which one?
I need both of them. I need both. My dogs help me with my sheep, and my cats, they help me with the rodents around the house. I need them both.
See there, Stacy? He's so correlated.
Yeah, he's neutral.
But the dogs, I prefer the dogs because they help me with the livestock out and keep them safe.
Here's the next one. Your favorite movie?
Oh, my favorite movie. Oh boy, back in the day.
He doesn't watch movies anymore.
He's
got a farm.
Action movies is the ones that's coming to me. Matrix.
Okay. All right. Your most underrated teammate at any level?
Underrated. No, all of them was nobody was underrated on my team. None of them. Everybody had a job.
Everybody was a star.
Person.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, even to the ball boy. I mean, everybody had a job, and so no one was ever under. Everybody was valuable.
All right, now we'll go with that. Yeah. This is going to be a tough one for you because you got so many. But your greatest football achievement?
Oh, gee. Oh, my daughter. She wouldn't get my my Hall of Fame from my high school because I couldn't get away.
Oh.
My daughter stepped in for me. That was a pretty good achievement when you have your daughter. She was in the area and she went to my high school and received the award from me. That on my behalf. That was I guess that'd be one of the biggest for me because when you have your children and you watching them grow, and they can do things for you. That'll be my biggest achievement.
All right, cool. Outstanding. I like that. That is real cool. Stacy's favorite question. Who plays you in a movie of your life?
It got to be one of the farm animals movies.
No. Who plays you?
Who plays me? That's what. Yeah.
Farm animal movie. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of farm. The
interesting
the animals with the cow that trying to take care of everybody, but he got Barnyard.
Barnyard. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I'm at a loss.
I know. Is he unique or what?
He's unique.
Well, the thing is, I'm thinking of you got the farm animal that's watching all the other animals, making sure everybody is safe. And my job is make sure all my livestock are safe.
The animated
Okay.
Disney movie.
Barnyard. Yeah,
Barnyard.
Okay.
All right. Here, let's bring it home with this one. You ready?
I'm ready.
Who has impacted your life more than any other person?
My wife.
All right.
Good answer.
Hey, there ain't no question. She keep me grounded.
Yeah,
That's
I hear
awesome.
that a lot.
Yeah, you gotta keep you need someone to keep you grounded, fellas, in this world.
Yeah.
And when you can find that one to keep you grounded, you're good. If you're not grounded, you're in trouble. You can be in trouble. You be a free agent. I'm not no free agent.
That wants nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
You're in a long-term contract. You're locked up.
Yeah. Yeah, because and that's one thing that's very, very important for the young ones to understand. You're gonna meet a lot of people in life, but the one that's with you when you didn't, when you watching, you're growing together. You're gonna have some differences. That's life, but you got to go back to that. It's just something to keep in your mind.
Okay.
Oh, great advice, George. This has been fantastic. I want to thank Preston for introducing us, and I think this has been an excellent show and snapshot. Oh, more wisdom.
Talk about McMinnville.
Oh, we didn't. Okay, let's go 2 minutes and close it. I mean, we got to talk about that. That's literally.
That's a small world.
That is a very small world. So, to set the stage here to our listeners, George LaFrance played in the NAIA championship game against Linfield College, which is renowned in McMinnville, Oregon. It's a distant suburb of Portland, and is probably about 10 miles from where this guy is talking to you right now. And by coincidence, the man that you played, the head coach of Linfield, in the game you played against, his son was my defensive backs coach in high school. Ad Retchman, his son was Randy Retchman. Give us a couple minutes on that game. I know it was 17-0. Might sting.
You did throw that out.
That's what you learn to live with losses. It's fine.
There you go.
But just to get to the championship game, to play in McMinnville and then find out they had two artificial turf fields within 30 miles.
Yep.
Going either way. And they decided to play on that turf. Yeah, that's why I picked turf.
Interesting.
That's why I said turf. I say turf.
Welcome to Oregon and Ad Retchman. That was not an accident.
No, and it rain.
Yep.
That's what it does. But it was a good game. It was a good game. They beat us, and but life, you're gonna win some games, lose some games, but you don't hold that back. You just keep moving. You just keep moving and go forward. That's part of life. And then you're gonna win a few games and you're gonna lose some, but you learn how to lose, just like you learn how to win.
Absolutely. But the fact that you, George, Preston introduced us, you guys have been longtime friends, and the fact that you played at Linfield, which my son did all of his football camps on that field.
Wow.
He was a linebacker for a local high school, is just surreal to me. And then, of course, you played with Mike McCarthy, who's now you see coaching the Dallas Cowboys. Where Preston and I were talking, are we going to see George as an assistant coach in Dallas here anytime?
I love where I'm at. No, I'm good.
You're good.
We did talk. The guys, they talk. I was like, fellas, I got the best of both worlds. I mean, I get the help. I get to do what I have passion in with sports. And I get to have my garden, I get my livestock, I'm with my family. I have what I need. And so I'm good. And person, well, you can make more money. It's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's about, your peace of mind in life.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of.
Like I said, when I invented my device, we can do that another time. But the invention,
Give us a minute on your entrepreneurial projects real quick.
The invention with the plank helper, and you go to www.theplankhelper.com. It's I invented the device because I was doing planks and my arm was hurting, when I was doing the plank, sitting. And so I said, you know what? Let me come up with this. Let me design something. So I actually designed it, and the patent is going to be coming in soon. I got a patent attorney to help.
Very nice.
Costs a couple of dollars, but it's going to be well worth it because it's when you start something, finish it. So it's in your dream, in your thoughts, in which I got a chance to get it. Once we get completed, get my patent number, because right now I still got patent pending. But it helps students in high schools. It helps them in university, elementary. Everybody get to compete now. Everybody get to participate. I'm sorry we use the word compete. Participate in doing the plank. So everybody get a chance to participate. So the self-esteem, everybody can get on the plank. So
yeah,
that the student that's feeling I can't do it because they know they can't. Well, we got assistance now with this device that everybody use. So now everybody can do it. Same with the push-up. You get into a push-up position on it and you can lift your body up.
Wow. Give us that website one more time, George.
It's www.theplankhelper.com.
Perfect.
And I am the recipient of one, and I can attest that puppy works. I am a sore old man right now. So thanks, George.
You're welcome. And so, like I said, with Preston, the device helps your core for those that like to golf. And so you keep that core and that lower back strengthened so you can keep swinging that golf.
There you go.
Yeah, and planks are so much better for your body than sit-ups. Yanking your back like that, planks. This is great stuff.
And you can do the reverse plank on the plank helper as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Uh-oh.
You get into a reverse plank on the plank helper, and that works.
I'm sore thinking
so
about
many
it.
things you can do with it. It's unreal. But I'm just so excited about getting this patent. And so, but you it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time, but you got to believe. And again, that's where that belief comes in. Keep believing and keep working hard. Don't give up. Ask questions when you're stuck.
Right.
Especially in school just in general. And please keep up with your parents, students. Please let your parents know where you are at all times. And because that's very, very important, even these days.
Yeah.
So the world is not like it used to be when we was growing up.
True.
The world's changed. So please be safe at all times. Stay away from the drugs, alcohol. And if you got friends that does those, they can still be your friends. You respect your friends, but hopefully they respect you and you get away from them when they doing those things. Keep your friend, but just get away when they doing those types of activities.
That's really good balanced advice, man. Instead of abandoning them, just make sure that
them. You just want, when they about to do their thing, you do your thing and say, look, I respect you, you respect me, I'm gone. Oh,
God, this has been great. George LaFrance, thank you for joining Preston and I on Gridiron Icon. This has been a pleasure. So many nuggets in there. Thanks for walking us back through your experiences as a Hall of Famer. And might I add, I'm going to get corny. You're a Hall of Famer in life, man. You've got a beautiful family. You got a farm. You're helping young people. Thanks again for joining Preston and I on Gridiron Icon.
Basically, thank you for the opportunity. Preston as well. I mean, that's what it's all about. Networking. Yes. That's the other advice. Network, for the network. And those, your friends in high school, you're going to have probably a handful, maybe one hand, possible two if you're lucky. But those 10 friends from high school, they'll carry to college, and you'll keep up with them. And then after college, you probably maybe have 5 then, but you'll still have some. But just keep those friends close. Just keep them close.
Fantastic advice. Thank you both so much. Any parting shots, Preston?
No, not at all. But George, you are now an official Gridiron Icon. So welcome to the family.
Oh, thank you, Preston. It's my pleasure. Like I said, I'm blessed.
Yes.
And it comes from being, fortunate and humble. I'm a humble person because I know I can't do it all without help. And that's how I've been successful throughout my career in life.
Thank you.
It comes through, my friend. Well, folks, thanks for joining us on Gridiron Icon this week. This has been a real pleasure. And I want to thank everybody who supports us, reaches out, comments on Twitter and YouTube. If you have any questions for George LaFrance, please follow us on YouTube when this will be posted, and you can ask any questions. We'll do our best to get you that information. But for my partner in crime, Mr. Preston Dennard, and the great George LaFrance, thanks again for joining us this week on Gridiron Icon. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all take care.
All righty.